Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Construction and DIY Fails. Today we have lined up some of the most craziest fails yet, so let's go ahead and take a look at it, shall we? Now this first guy exposes how badly framed this ceiling was, and it's a relief that the roof didn't come down with it. Now, this plumber had one of his employees flood this entire basement because of this one simple mistake. Because the owner had told his employee that they should not turn on the water, but they jokingly laughed and joked as if they did. And apparently, it was true.
Did you guys turn the water on? And they said, yeah, ha ha ha. Guess what? They really did turn the water on. So now I gotta get down to my underwear to go find a shutoff valve.
Just when you thought all companies would give an apprentice a chance. But we all know the constant mistakes like this can get costly, and neither will they want to learn how to do it right. Just when you thought the demolition of the partial first story would be a success, but unfortunately the falling never stops. Just like any reasonable plumber would say, don't bite your fingernails, and payday is Friday. Now, this crazy handyman went viral after trying to impress the landlord with a plumbing fix. But unfortunately, he wasn't qualified enough, leading up to a water damage nightmare that the landlord will never forget for years to come. Now, this next plumber finds a drain backup straight from a horror movie. Now, this was very unordinary, but not only did it affect one toilet, but it affected all the toilets, leading to a water damage nightmare. Now this next video is why most homeowners need a homeowner's manual after they purchase a home. Because this guy captures the moment that the behind of his dishwasher had water just start spewing out from right behind it due to a kinked water line. But to the homeowner's knowledge, it was much easier to record it than to just shut off the darn water. Is a risk, and this guy is using all the chances he can just to remove this slab of concrete. Now what are you doing when you tell the apprentice to go up in the attic? But when he's taking so long, you end up seeing him bounce around all the insulation like this. But not only that, but you see him start considering a nap without a second thought.
Yep. How about that? Well, I'm glad you ain't got nothing in here.
Yeah, I moved everything over when I started to see that. It was leaking a little bit.
Now this guy films the aftermath of hiring a so-called qualified handy drywall man straight from outside the hardware store. He films how chunky the taping was, and ultimately at this point tearing the whole house is a good idea.
No vamos a andar con tanta vuelta, por lo menos reconocemos que no mandamos moco, ¿no?
Now this girl decided that making a custom pergola of her own would be an awesome idea. But unfortunately, due to the inexperience of building stuff like this, she pretty much had no slope on the pergola, which upon a heavy rainstorm made the tarp she rolled over it pretty much useless with the way it was eating up all of that water.
Not even 4 days later, everything started to go downhill. It got really windy and it started to rain. That's when I noticed that I had a problem. At first, I thought I had everything under control. If I remove the water on time, everything should be fine, right? And my hard work were all gone in just one night.
This inspector is representing a buyer who was told by the seller of the home that the roof was recently done by a reputable roofing company. But that was all a lie, and the buyer spent $300 to save himself from a $20,000 roof bill and an incoming water damage nightmare.
Oh, that's pretty right there. Turn that water off. We know what is going on now.
The frat guys thought moving a couch through the frat house would be easy. Now this insulation guy was peer pressured by some plumbers after they had their drains cut by some electricians. The plumbers got their get back, and now the whole house is going to need a whole new panel. Now this guy had just ruined this brand new door because when he decided to cut the thing, he had read his tape measure wrong and now he's about 7 inches of width off.
Oh boy.
So here we have another guy who thought it would be an amazing idea to plaster his ceiling. So now upon painting the darn ceiling, the ceiling just rejects the paint like it doesn't exist. So these plaster guys had no idea what they got themselves into after screwing in some drywall screws straight into a copper pipe. The only thing they could do is hold shirt against the pipe and hope that the water would be gone. Just when the cheap sprinkler guy thought everything was sunshine and rainbows, now his whole company went under the boat within seconds. Now this home inspector exposes why you shouldn't buy a newly built home in 2026. Because after this guy had tested the shower in this newly built home, he had found that the line that connected from the shower valve to the shower head was disconnected and spraying water all over the place.
Y'all hear that, right? What in the world, dude? This is new construction. Unreal.
Looks like the electrical apprentice took shimming an electrical box way too serious. Now this home inspector had been hired to inspect a home for a buyer who was interested in it. Now the seller had disclosed that everything was up to code with build, but the inspector finds some things that would say otherwise, contradicting what the seller had said prior.
And they just filled it with silicone. Tried to cover it with a little bit of mortar, but that's just coming off. In the backyard, we've got a drainage problem, so it's just pulling here.
Now the client had asked to remove the chimney without damaging the roof, but now it looks like the ceiling, the floor and the walls took a beating here.
He's no good operator. He's not doing nothing.
These guys have come up with the smartest trick to install heavy concrete pipes because it starts with bottle surrounded to protect it from cracking, which doesn't go to plan. Influencer thought she can manhandle the water heater, but now it looks like it's manhandled her instead. This is why you should always check on your employees, because Jose brought a rocket to dry up the paint they just did in this house. Like, how do you even get your hands on something like this?
Understand? No, what the fuck? Ay, what the fuck?
After numerous hours of hard work for these concrete guys, it only took one demented grandma to just walk right over the concrete like it was a normal day to ruin work for other contractors.
Since you guys wanted to know so bad, let's see if it works. No leak. Crazy.
Thank you guys for watching another episode of Construction Fails. Subscribe and stay tuned this week for some of the newest episodes we have yet to release. In the meantime, go ahead and check out some of our other videos on your screen.